Ladies and gentlemen, Kim here. Welcome to the daily update. Hope you guys had a good day trading today. Market is up 0.3% on the S&P. NASDAQ is up more today, 1.2% positive. Semiconductor, Dow Jones, and the Russell 2000 slightly red there. Banks are down about 1%. I think banks and the small caps are down quite heavier earlier today. Came back up a little bit there. Energy is pretty much flat. Transport's down 0.7%. Biotech made a move today, almost 2% positive. Emerging market positive there, about 0.5%. Grayscale Bitcoin's been making a move, about 6% positive today. Gold and silver. Gold is up 0.7%. Silver's up about 2% there. Oil's up more than 1% there. Dollar is down a little bit. Treasury bond is up about 0.7%. VIX is down a little bit there. So let's stick with the S&P 500 spider here, 65-minute chart. So this is where we closed yesterday. We opened up pretty much flat. Little bit of a down move earlier today. Pushed it back up there. It's been grinding right on that resistance all day long. First hour, second hour, third hour, fourth hour. It was held up by this horizontal pivot though. Prior resistance, new support, the micro term. And then finally on the fifth hour, we pushed through. And then a 6th hour, we continue made a move as high as 413.53 at one point on the last hour. Came back down. We got the Gravestone Doji / shooting star candle there. It's potentially a bearish candle that needs a follow through to the downside. You can see we saw something similar right there. Without the follow through to the downside, it a lot of times could be just sideways type of engagement. So you don't just go and look at the candle and say that's bearish, right? We got that the resistance could potentially turn into a pivot, right? Pivot means prior resistance acting as new support. We got this support right here. We got some of these micro term support. So I think all in this vicinity right here, it's going to be a micro term support, 412 all the way to 411.50-ish or so. My short-term moving average is currently residing at 410 there, 410.11, right? The entire month of April, we have not retested that short-term moving average, as you can see here. Ever since it flipped to bullish, it did that on March 26th, came back down, retested on March 30th. That was it. And it's been, ever since then, it's been in this rallying mode. We talked about how this market was in this extreme overbought level. I'll show you what I mean. This was right here, April 5th. But if I zoom into my oscillator, this you can see since November, this is the first time, right? You can see this is the first time hitting the extremely high level there on that oscillator, extreme overbought level. That happened April 5th, and this hasn't happened for last 6 months, right? We never hit that extreme overbought level, and we talked about how that hitting that extreme overbought level is actually a bullish signal because that tells us that the market buyers, market bulls are willing to push it all the way up, and they did that. Not only they did that, they really made this oscillator tank, but the price moved sideways. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that tight range consolidation ever. That truly is a definition of correcting through time, and made the oscillator come almost halfway there and made another run. So keep that in mind. When you see this kind of a sentiment, when the market is in this type of environment, market can definitely just keep grinding higher while, correcting through time. If I look at the oscillator closely, we still got a little bit of room here, but we can't really rely on it because it can't perform something like this again. Any way this market can see some sudden downturn at this point would be some sort of shenanigan down move. like a big gap down for no reason at all of a sudden it gaps up and fade, all of a sudden that's the only way, because there's no way, because we're in this uncharted territory. We are in price discovery mode. So market is gonna ever so slightly make an inch by inch move higher. Just think about if you're making making a move, you're hiking into uncharted territory. You'll be a little bit, your movement will be slower. You'll be more careful because you don't know what is to come. And that's kind of what the market, because as I believe NASDAQ also made a new all-time highs today. S&P's been making new all-time highs pretty much every other day. So we're in this uncharted territory, price discovery phase, and market is gonna just one by one, inch by inch, it's gonna grind higher, figuring out what's to come next. And this is kind of the mode that we are in. And so currently you can see that if we do lose some of these micro-term pivots and supports, my short-term moving average is residing at 410, and entire month of April we haven't retested it. But keep that in mind. At the same time, you don't want to just predict that we're gonna see that retest, because maybe you thought it was gonna retest here, right? And so when the market is moving like that, this is why I continue to say benefit of the doubt. And we've been giving it benefit of the doubt to the buyers ever since we saw my moving averages supporting the buyers back in March 25th. Ever since then, this market continues to move higher. And this is a great market, again, for those are long-term investors and position traders who've been long prior to this move. It's a difficult market for swing traders, short sellers, people trying to time the market, people trying to predict the correction. I mean, for any bears, for anybody who's trying to predict anything, it's been a difficult market for the last 1 year straight since the COVID decline, right? So we don't know, you don't know, I don't know, no one does when the next big correction is gonna come. So I want to continue to let this market guide me, right? As we analyze this market on a daily basis, I want to continue to give benefit of the doubt to the buyers. And what I've noticed today was, despite the fact that NASDAQ and S&P and some of these indices are up quite a bit, if you look for it, there are stocks. There are stocks still, they're down. There's stocks like Zoom is down 40-50% since the highs. There's some of the stocks that are down quite a bit. So instead of chasing the indices or some of these high flyers, always look for value, right? Always look for value in different stocks, in different indices, right? And some of the things that I was able to do is that because I think S&P back in March, February and March, I believe S&P only corrected about 5% or so, 6%, but NASDAQ actually came down heavier, which this was 12% correction from here to here, 12%. And then sometime in mid-March, S&P already made new all-time highs, but NASDAQ was actually lagging. And so I saw value in the large tech stocks in this vicinity. Not only that, I was able to accumulate, some of the call options and things like that on the NASDAQ and Apple and some of these tech stocks, knowing that they were lagging. So even today, I was looking through some of the, I was roaming around looking at different stocks. There's still a lot of stocks that are buyable, despite the fact that S&P is just screaming with the new all-time highs every single day. You don't necessarily have to go long on Spider because, you don't want to chase it up here, but there are stocks that you can get into, right? There are some of these lagging sectors that you can potentially find. While understanding that this market is in a bull market, understanding that market doesn't have to see a big correction. It could, but we could also see what? Consolidation. You could actually correct through time, right? and deal with, while managing risk going forward, right? Knowing that this market, we want to assume that this market could continue to grind higher like this. And I've been saying this all this time, right? That we want to continue to assume we can continue in this. I don't know. Is it going to end tomorrow? Is it going to end Thursday or Friday or next? You don't know. I don't know. None of us know. This is why we know that trend is assumed to be in effect until it gives us a clear signal that it has been reversed. So until that we see any kind of signal, let's continue to, give this market what it deserves, that this market could continue to make a move like this for the entire month of April. We don't know. But it has been a phenomenal market since the March lows in 2020. And as this market continues to make a move, we want to continue to be part of it, take advantage of it, and fully benefit from it, right? I really believe that sucker's game is you trying to predict up and down movement. I see this happening all the time from traders, retail traders on Twitter, just always trying to predict, right? Do you know that 95% or more gamblers lose going to casino? If you treat this market that way, your winning probability is 5% or less. You might get lucky here and there. That make you excited. That's why you're keep coming back to doing the same stupid strategy that does not work. And that's why people continue to go to casino. They know that their odds are hugely stacked against. You think people are stupid? People are not stupid. People know this. Why is it? Have you ever gone to a casino? It's full every day, 24 hours. There are always people there. Why are they there? Are they all winning? No. 95% is losing all the time, but it was that one time. It was that one time that they got lucky. It made them feel alive. It made them feel excited. So they think it is their lucky day today, so they go and try it. But it's normally is not their lucky day. Maybe casino will tease you a little bit, but you end up losing everything. And that's what you do if you treat this market like one. Like casino, like trying to predict it, right? Well, you guys enjoy the rest of this evening. And good luck trading tomorrow.